What's up guys, it's George Yuyu, and in today's video I'm going to show you 3 ways to practice head movement at home without a partner. Alright, so head movement really starts from your feet. Every movement that you see in boxing that looks nice and fancy, the boxer, if you pay attention to them, they're bending their knees, they're moving side to side, they're moving their hips, they're bending at the waist. Head movement isn't just your upper body, head movement is your full body. So whenever you see a boxer that has great head movement, pay attention to their lower body. You'll see their lower body and their upper body move together. Also notice at the high level of boxing, most boxers are always moving their head. They throw a combination, they move their head. Before they even throw a combination, let's say they're closing the distance, they're moving their head. They're already creating that head movement before they even throw a punch. That way it puts them in a rhythm. A lot of the time you see boxers that have great head movement, and let's say they throw a punch and they move their head and they slip like 3 or 4 punches, and it looks amazing, it really does. It makes them look like a genius, but really they're just moving their head. They already have this drilled, it's automatic for them. So they throw the combination and right away they move their head. They're not really relying on reflexes or reacting to their opponent. They've drilled this so much that they throw the combination and right away they know to move their head. So practice throwing a combination, throwing punches, and immediately moving your head, because 2 things can happen. Either your opponent doesn't react to your punches and all you're doing is moving your head, perfect, you're not in danger. Or 2, he reacts to your punches and you move your head and it makes you look like a genius because you just slipped his punch. You have crazy reactions. Look at Canelo, for example. Currently he has one of the best head movements in the game, and look at the way he trains. All the videos you see of him training, it's his coach with those pool noodles. He throws a combination and moves his head right away. Throws a combination, moves his head. He'll slip, under, constantly drilling and moving his head. So when he does that in the fight, he'll throw a combination and he'll start moving his head and makes his opponents miss. So all you gotta do is just practice moving your head in conjunction with your lower body. All right, the first way to practice head movement at home is by doing numbers. So what I like to do, so I'm not predictable, is just replicate numbers. You can do this with letters as well. You can spell your name out, whatever it is. I like numbers, that's it. So for 1, this is probably the only one where you're not really moving your head, but what you're doing is changing levels. So in your boxing stance, 1, boom, here. I don't have the editing skills to follow, but you guys can see it. So 1, straight down. Notice for the 1, my head's in the same position. All I'm doing is changing levels. 2, then I start moving my head and upper body more. 2, here. And I took a little half step to the side. Again, remember, head movement isn't just upper body. Head movement is full body. 3. And if you want to throw punches, throw punches. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And then you work your way back down like that. So pretty much with this drill, you can be as creative as you want. Again, you can do letters, you can do numbers, anything. Just don't be repetitive. So if you want to practice head movement, you're not just doing this the whole time. There's times to move your head left and right. There's times to change levels. There's times to roll. There's times to do that Bobbin Weave, the little U motion. But for this drill, focus on moving your head in different directions. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's the first way to practice head movement. All right, the second way to practice head movement is by attaching a rope from one end to the other. And what we're gonna do is bobbin weave. And as you bob and weave, you have options. You can either stay in the pocket and move your head. You're gonna be doing a U motion, or you can step forward as you're doing the bob and weave. You need a rope. If you don't have a rope, use your hand wraps. And again, attach it from one end to the other. Now, when you set this up, make sure you have it about shoulder level. You don't wanna have it too high, because if you have it too high, you're not really gonna bend your knees and it's not really gonna help you much. Do it about shoulder level, so you really have to get under. So this is about shoulder level. And again, all we're doing for this one, we're gonna bend our knees, our hands are up, and we're gonna go under the rope. So I'm in my boxing stance here. I'm gonna start on one side, I'm standing orthodox, so when I move to my right, I'm gonna take a step to the side. When I move to my left, I'm gonna take a step forward and go under. So hands are up, I'm gonna go under, and as I go under, I'm taking a little half step to the side. Here, my hands are up, forward, side, forward, side. A couple things to keep in mind here. When you're doing this, make sure your chin isn't up. Make sure your hands are up by your face. So you wanna have your chin tucked in. Chin tucked in, hands by your face, here. What you don't want to do is keep your hands down like this, or keep your chin up. I see this a lot here. Don't move your chin up. Keep your chin down, hands up. So that's the second way you can practice head movement at home. All right, the third way to practice head movement, we're gonna be using a slip bag. So if you don't have a slip bag, all you have to do is buy a speed bag online, $25 to $35. Fill it in with beans to weigh it down, and you get a rope and you tie it to the top right here. And then all you have to do is connect it to something high. So you can attach it to a tree in your backyard. You can attach it to a lot of things. Just make sure it's high enough, and you don't want it to be like this because then it won't move that much. The minimum, your arm length. Also, if you want to go even cheaper route, I've never done this, but I have seen videos on this where people use a water bottle. So they'll get a water bottle and just, that's it. They get a water bottle, they get a string or a rope, they attach it to they tie it to the top, and they use that. That works just as well, kind of. Now you're combining your slips and your unders. You don't want the slip bag to be this high. You want it about same thing, about shoulder level. So it really forces you to bend your knees. So for this one, all you're doing, you could either have it still or you can push it. You push the bag, slip, slip, slip. Practice the slips first, then you can practice changing levels. Here, here. Unders. Now once you get the hang of it and you feel comfortable, you can start moving around the bag. Here, push it, move. And if you want, start throwing punches. So push the bag, throw a combination, step around, here, here. All right guys, so those are the 3 drills you can do at home to practice head movement, which doesn't require a partner. Now, there's so many other drills you can do to practice head movement. And there's even more drills you can do when you have a partner. You can use tennis balls, you can use the noodles that you see other fighters use in training. You can do partner drills, hand drills, punching drills. There's so many things you can do to practice head movement, but since it looks like we're back to shutting down and the gyms are closing again, practice these at home. So when the gyms do open up and you go back, your coach is like, wow, your head movement got better. All right guys, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. So the giveaway is still going on. If you don't know, I'm giving away 2 pairs of boxing gloves as a thank you for subscribing, and I reached 2,000 subscribers, so thank you guys again. The last day to enter is December 1st. All you gotta do is email yuyuboxinggiveaway@gmail.com. Put your name, the state, and the reasons how you're gonna use the gloves. That's it. Thanks for watching and stay safe.